Hey, what's going on YouTube? This is Drew, aka 300 Pounder, coming at you with the opening video for the Brothers Paranormal uh, series that we're going to be starting. Uh, so basically, what we're going to talk about today is the equipment that we're going to be using, and then I have a list of places that I was researching. So I'll be discussing that. Here I have Ben. He's going to be helping with the investigations, and so what we got going on is we're going to start off with basically discussion type videos, and then hopefully once a month, well, depending what this COVID situation is going to be, like once a month, we're going to try to go out and actually go to areas and investigate. So if you want to tag along, you can send us a message, and we can see if you can tag along, and always open to have people to come on. So what do we got today? What do you got going on? Starting with equipment. What do you got there on the
equipment?
Yeah.
Okay. So for our light sources that we're going to be using, we got just a standard. It looks like it's going to be a 9 LED light, but we also have a Streamlight ProTech flashlight, super bright. Don't let size fool you because it is really bright.
So with that first one, that red one, this is like a cheapo.
Yeah, this is just some sort of cheapo, but I mean it does work pretty good. It's not super streamlined, but it is area okay. Lighting.
So I guess the brand of light doesn't really matter what you use. Also, we have a Night Eyes 400L, basically lantern. I guess this would be for like our home base,
or use that for home base for sure.
Home station or something like that. Because on some of these, it's probably be an overnight thing where you have to see, and then I'm not actually sure how bright this is. I got it for free.
Those are actually pretty bright. One of my friends actually has one. He used it when we went camping, and it actually is, it is one of those area lights, but it does illuminate the area pretty good.
Looks like it takes the D's.
Probably,
yeah. So anyway, that looks like our generic light sources. So what we're gonna do is continue along that line here. Next, we have our camera light sources. So what I have here is a W49 LED camera light.
That is an IR light, right?
No.
Are you sure it's not IR light?
No, this one's not an IR light.
Hmm.
By Yulanzi Select. So Chinese light. So this one, it takes batteries, two AA's, and use it on my my camera. Do you have any? I think there's an infrared, an IR light over there.
We do have a IR light.
Yeah, not sure if that one works. We've had that for a few years, I think.
I don't think this one works. However, if we do get another one. When I did use this, it was actually pretty good, and there was a huge difference with the IR light compared to a just standard night vision camera or whatever have you. But yeah, I'm definitely going to get another one of these IR lights because these are amazing to have for sure.
And then, so what I'm using to video this is my phone, and then I have a Hohem gimbal stand that I'm using for it. So it's a gimbal, so it's a steady camera. It's okay. You have to have your location on to use the record feature. But I mean, you Bluetooth to it, so I mean it's okay. But that's what I'm using for filming right now. And then what we have for our our handheld investigation, because I'm not going to use the Hohem for the infield. This is basically for our discussion. But I got one of these like handheld grips. I think I got this on Amazon for like 10 or 13 bucks. It looks okay. It feels pretty sturdy. So I'll be using that in the field, if you will. What do you got there?
We got it's a Bauer stand, 25 bucks, but it does have all the bells and whistles. Really, it's got this detachable Bluetooth camera, so whenever you want to start recording, you can hit the button to start recording, or if you want to take a picture, you can snap a picture real fast. It's on tripod base, so if we want to set this up just as a static cam, then we can do that. Easy, no problem.
And then what we have to attach onto that is we got a pair of Malki microphones, MC1 or MCM1 directional video camera microphone. Let's see. Yeah. Yeah, I just got a pair of those. Haven't really used it too often, but I did use it in high wind and the sock. Very good for outside and windy conditions for sure. Yeah,
it catches the wind turbulence, but it doesn't hinder the sound. It just stops the constant wind blowing, which these are great to have for sure.
Yeah. And then notebook,
log.
Yeah, just you never know. Notebook and pen.
Before we continue on here, going back to the audio, along with the microphones, the directional microphones, we got a couple of recording devices. We got the trusty tape cassette recorder. Basically, one reason why we like to use one of these is because it's harder to fake or mess with the audio on that when you have the physical tape cassette. So if something does come through, it's like, well, here it is, and it is you can't really tamper with it. It is kind of grainy, but you can still pick up things. One of our best recordings that we captured was on a tape cassette recorder, and it came through crystal clear, and it was just completely shocking. That's a story for another time. A couple other things we got as far as recording devices. We got standard Sony digital recorder, and then we also have a Tascam dual microphone recorder with directional options. So however you want to do it, it's got a right and left recorder is what these microphones are. So it's right and left. But this is it's kind of an expensive recorder. But since we have it, might as well use it.
Yeah. So all you really need is just a cheapo digital recorder or your phone. You don't need to go overboard with some of the stuff.
Right. What we got next on the docket here? Cameras.
Yeah.
All right. All right. So our first little. This is not a GoPro. It's some sort of cheapo camera, but it is still a camera nonetheless.
An action cam or something.
Not quite an action cam. Got it upside down. But it does take pictures. Pictures are not really that great. Super low quality. But speaking of action cameras, this is the closest thing we have to GoPro. It's the Sony's version of it, which is the action cam, and has wide variable field of view. Really good quality camera. It is Bluetooth. You can attach it to your phone to where you can see what you're recording on your device. But it is good as a static cam, but it's also good as a kind of an action cam, what you're going into. Next, we have the Sony Handycam, which is a bigger version of it. I think
old school. Right?
It is old school, but it is not tape cassette. It's got a big battery on it, but I think I need to get a couple more batteries because I don't think it lasts that long. Video quality, this is a probably a 2008 camera, maybe, if that. It does still work. It does have the night shot feature, which if you use that in combination with the IR light, what you're getting is a really, really great complete darkness video. Then what we got?
Yeah, you're good.
Yeah, we got the Lumix, just digital camera. So we can take pictures, see if we catch anything immediately. Yeah, not too much. I mean, this digital camera. It's a higher end one, it's not some sort of crapo. But next, for another camera, we have 35mm camera. We have the Nikon A80, and it does have the focus lens on it, so we can focus on something, take a picture, because it's hard to tamper with film. And to go,
yeah, because people can try to edit it, but experts can determine if the film has been tampered with.
And next we do have a Nikon light, so we can get illuminated areas in complete darkness.
Oh yeah, the IR in the front.
And it does have IR capabilities in the front. So we do have a good, it's not super expensive, but it is a good quality camera that will document what we're looking for. And if someone says, well, that's fake or whatever, say, okay, well, here's the negatives and here's the prints. So try to explain that.
Yeah. You're always going to have people out there who's like, nah, it's fake.
Yeah, there's always going to be skeptics for sure. That's just how it is.
People can believe whatever they want.
What are you gonna do? You can only do so much, really.
To do Seek.
Oh yeah. All right. So the one thing that I'm super excited for that I spent a lot of money on is a thermal camera. We've been trying to get one of these for a long time,
For
right?
a few years. Yeah.
And we finally got one. But we went with the Seek Thermal Compact XR.
Okay. The XR. Okay.
The XR version. So the difference between the Compact XR and the regular Compact is the XR version is for outdoors.
Extra rigid, maybe?
It's actually extra range.
Okay.
But I don't think that was the right choice. I mean, we are going to be outside a lot, but I think we're going to be inside of buildings a lot more, maybe. But yeah, so it does have a focus on it. Let me see if I can pull it out here. It does have a manual focus on it, so if it is blurry or grainy, you can adjust that to where you can get an image and you can actually make out what it is instead of just a bunch of grain.
What kind of range do we have on that?
So I believe the range on this particular camera is 1,800 yards. Yards, not feet. I think it's 1,800 yards.
Should be like 30. I don't know.
It's quite a range. So it does come with this nifty case, which is completely useless other than housing it.
I think it's to save it from damage because it's not like a GoPro, like a...
Right, that's what I'm saying. It's just for like storage because you can't connect, because you do have to connect it to the charging port of your device. And we went with the USB-C version because that's what our...
Samsung 8 and newer.
Yeah, Samsung 8 and newer. So, yep, here is our little camera. And it is thermal, and can't wait to use it.
Does that work with the case?
I don't think so.
Try it with the case first. We have the same phone, so
yeah. Okay, so it does. No case. So it does have to go no case. Let's go ahead and pull off this case so y'all can see. But yeah. So someone is yelling. Yep, so here's what our little setup will look like. So, now with this camera, it does click, but that's not a bad thing. What that clicking is it's actually recalibrating, and it recalibrates constantly to make sure you're getting those good images, or where you can actually make out what kind of image you're looking at. So when I first heard that, I was like, did I just buy a piece of crap? It's like, well, no. Then I looked into it. I was like, oh, so it's actually just recalibrating, so it's fine.
Okay. Yeah, kind of excited because I have a list of places that'll bring up, and I think that camera will be worth it because Gettysburg is pretty active, is what people are saying, and I believe it. A lot of people died up there, and I think the thermal would.
So Gettysburg, huh?
Next, for the last thing, is we have our travel cases. So for all like the loose stuff and like the stuff in the boxes, I have a Pelican 1600 case. So it's a very expensive case, but I got it off of Craigslist for $20. It didn't have any foam in it, but you could always get it. So $20 for a case. That's what I think that's pretty good.
And then we just got standard aluminum case. This is just someone's getting ready to throw it out, and I was like, I want that. And because aluminum cases are badass. This is how they are.
Yeah. And then we got Pelican 1500 case for the Nikon camera.
Yep, we do have the a Pelican 1500 case for the Nikon camera.
So you don't have to have a Pelican case. It doesn't really matter. You can, if you wanted to go shoebox, you just
go shoebox.
Yeah.
Really. That's all how you want to store your equipment. That's all it is.
I'd recommend something a little bit more than cardboard, so plastic or something. You can always go to Walmart.
Right.
Stuff.
One of the things that we were discussing was we know that a lot of paranormal investigators use a spirit box or some sort of radio that plays backwards, and you pick up sounds that are not supposed to be in there. But we're still in discussion about whether or not we want to go with just a standard radio where you have to alter it versus what's becoming super popular is the app called Necrophonic. And basically what that app does is it works the same way. There's no programmed words into it. It plays radio waves backwards. But what the app does is it cuts out all that static. So you just pick up words instead of just and so, go from there. But anyway, that's a discussion, and we'll be figuring it out before we actually start.
So you don't need all this equipment. All you really need is your phone. Maybe
this is a couple years worth of stuff that we had just accumulated.
I'd say about 2 years. Well, some of the stuff's older than that for sure, but you can always acquire stuff. You can go to garage sales or
that's where you get your good deals at garage sales.
State. So basically I recommend a handle so that way you can grip it instead of holding onto your phone for your camera, and some sort of light source, and that's like the bare minimum that you really need. If you wanted to do digital recorder in like one room and then you record on your phone in another room, you can do it that way.
Yep. There's really limitless ways on what you can actually do.
Yeah.